Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today on Joe's Gaming Legacy. We're playing Space Engineers, and yeah, I got a lot long-winded in my first video, which probably should never have happened. Spent way too much time explaining and didn't do really anything except for crash. So fortunately, the only thing it looks like I broke was a landing gear. Yeah. Alright. So how am I going to fix this? I thought about, maybe digging down below. Right down here. But chances are I might destroy something. So what I'm thinking, probably not a good idea, not even great, but putting a gyroscope on here and hoping I can use the tilt override, put it back on its landing gear, and then maybe finish the build. Let's find out. What I want to do though, to build a gyroscope, have I even unlocked it? Probably not. Gyro. I need computer, motor, metal grid. I'm almost positive I cannot build 50 of them. What? Oh, wait. Okay. Small grid. There we go. Phew. 3 computers, 2 motors, 1 steel tube, 5 construction components, and 25 steel plates. I'm pretty sure I can make the computer, the motor, construction components in steel. However, the large steel tubes I cannot. But let's drag this down to the hotbar. Okay, so I need English, Joe, English. Good heavens! So I need at least some steel plates. Can I reach the cargo? I can. Let's take 10. Alright, so where am I going to put this? Let's put it right there. I have never yet to figure out which way is the best way to rotate this. I don't know. I'm just going to put it that way. I know there's a front forward facing, and I think that's the way I've got it pointed. Could be wrong. But okay, so let's weld up what we can. Okay. So, as I mentioned, there's easier ways to add things to a build planner. Well, say I want to add the gyroscope to my build planner, I could go to the toolbar configuration and click build planner. Let's get rid of this one. I can do add to build planner. That's one way of doing it. Or I can hit right click, components added to build planner. Now to put this in here, whoops, wrong button. I can go and say add components from build planner to production queue. However, below that there's shortcuts. Shift middle mouse button will add components to production. Control Shift and middle mouse button will add components to production times 10. So if I wanted to make 10 gyroscopes, I would hold Shift, Control, and middle mouse button. So that's what I'm going to do. Not do, 10 of them, obviously. Shift, middle mouse button. One component could not be put into production. Well, care to guess what that is? It is the large steel tube. So while I can make majority of everything I need for it, I can't make a steel tube. Now to remove items from storage that I need for the build planner, press the middle mouse button. It says I cannot withdraw some components, but let's build what we can. Is it because I'm out of... I'm going to guess. Yes, I have no iron ingots. So let's go mine some stone. Do I dare dig? No. Just go. You're going to... Yeah, whatever. Just dig. It's gonna get loud, so I apologize. Did I make it right this time? Oh my goodness, I can actually get out. Oh my gosh. Miracles happen. Not really. Well, miracles do happen, but generally not to me playing video games. Okay, so let's mine up some stone. And during the editing, I'll try to drop down the tool volume so it's not quite so deafening. I mean, I can barely hear myself think, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear me at all, so I'll try not to speak while the drill's operating. So let me get some material, and we'll go from there.
Inventory full.
Okay, and one thing I didn't mention before is that little red bar right directly above my toolbar. That's your inventory. As that fills up, you'll see that bar progressing across until it's full, where I can't pick anything else up.
Inventory full.
Alright, so let's go and drop off. I don't remember the command to drop everything off. I don't think it's middle mouse button. I think it's pressing Alt and middle mouse button will deposit items. Let's try it. Alt, middle mouse button. Okay, all possible components were deposited. So yes, Alt, middle mouse button will place things in, or you can do it by just moving it in your inventory, double clicking, click and drag. Alright, so let's finish building. Wait a minute, I can't what? Okay. I can move this to the end of the build queue, but as it's building, it's gonna... Interesting. Okay. So we have built everything I can possibly build. So the only thing I need now is a large steel tube. And we're just below that functional hack line. You don't have to go to 100%. I like to because, well, I tend to break things. Not on purpose, but just things happen to break around me. Okay, so where can I get large steel tubes since I can't make them right now? I could probably build a basic assembler. I think that can make large steel tubes. Not 100% sure. But since I don't necessarily want to set down a base, even temporary... Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go over to this unknown signal. I'm actually paying attention to the T-5 minutes, which I didn't do last time. that's why it kind of well, why it just blew up, because, well, time ran out. Once that T-5 minutes reaches 0, it self-destructs. Yeah, that was like a oops. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay. There's a special button on here. If you press F, special content. Try your luck. Nothing? Nothing. What? You're supposed to game? Seriously? Whatever. Let's check the cargo container. Okay, we got silicon, iron, and display. So yes, please. I am not good at the periodic table, so if I put a GPS in, I will not necessarily use the two-digit abbreviations for silicon or iron, especially once you get into like platinum, uranium, gold and silver. Yeah, no, those honestly will confuse me, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, now you can grind this down. Granted, I don't think I'm going to get any large steel tubes out of any of these, but let's grind it down and see what we get. Okay, where's... Alright, so what did we get? What did we get? I mean, we had the silicon, we had the ferrite, iron, this displays, but we got steel plates, computers, motors, small steel tubes, construction components, interior plates, and some scrap metal. Probably from the battery because, like I said, you won't get back power cells. Okay, so respawn pod, let's go back. I have a really not super confident feeling about what I'm about to do with the gyroscope, but I'm gonna try it and see what happens. Okay, I need to recharge, and yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Land up here and recharge. Almost. How's my hydrogen looking? 68%. Okay. What I can do, maybe O2H2 generator. Now I want to refill this, so I'll put it back into the O2H2 generator, and it's sent, I believe it's set to autofill, so it fills it back up, so that's perfect. Now that brings up an interesting point. Since this right here shows the inventory of the item I clicked on, like the O2H2 generator, this is all the inventories of everything connected to the same grid. This respawn pod is a grid. However, I cannot put an O2H2 bottle, no, hydrogen bottle, good heavens, into the survival kit. See, it's all grayed out. Why is that, you ask? Because it's all connected. But I can put it directly into the generator. That is because of the small curved conveyor tubes, and then the small ports that are on. This is a large access port. What the small tubes are connected to is a small access port, which allows things like ores, ice, stone, smaller components to pass through. However, the bottle is a larger component and will not pass through that. Okay, so we still don't have any large steel tubes. but I can get large steel tubes from the atmospheric thruster, as well as I can get 2 of them from the hydrogen thruster. Since I don't plan on using this, let's take it apart. And try not to grind everything beneath it. Alright, so this is a small conveyor which has a small small access port, which would only allow smaller items to go through, like ores, some small components, but nothing larger. Okay, so now I have my my what? Large steel tube. Let's finish the gyroscope. And I'm gonna go 100%. Granted, it should be sort of protected. Okay. Let's save. And let's get back into the chair. We'll go back into the control panel. Remote control. Oh, wait a minute. Survival kit, passenger seat. Where is gyroscope? I don't necessarily need to go into remote control for this. So I want to override the controls. Do I want how much? This is gonna be interesting. Is it the roll I want to do, or you know what? Let's override the controls. Now, which way do I want to go? We'll start moving this slider. I think this is going to be my roll. I'm hoping I'm going the right direction. If not, I'll end up on the wrong side. We're starting to move. Maybe. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. We're back at 0 again. Woo! Success. Will I say I planned that? I can't take credit for that. I was guessing. Okay, but we fixed it. Sweet. Alright, so now let's finish what I was doing. I want to go closer to the station. Why? They have missions that you can do, items you can buy, items you can sell. And hopefully that station has spaceships instead of like materials, weapons, whatnot. Once I go there, you actually see more of this. So okay. Now, in order to fly this, other than going straight up, and now that I have the gyroscope, I can control the rotation using the mouse and up and down, tilting forward and back. However, the only thing I can do is go up and down and then try to do like the helicopter. Tilt it down and move it that way. I'm not going to even attempt that. So, what I want to build, let's go to thrusters. I haven't unlocked them yet. Okay. I suppose it would help if I could type thrusters. Oh, wait a minute, I did unlock them because I made the remote control. Dear. Okay, I want to use a large atmospheric thruster, flat. Is there a difference between these two? No, it doesn't look like it. And I want to use some small ones. So I'll grab the large circular shaped one and put it in number 9, and then I will grab stuff. Let's go both D shape. I'll put it there. Okay, now the large D shape I want to put back here. Is it a good idea? Probably not. Am I gonna do it anyway? Yes. And you want to pay attention to its bounding box, that green box around it or red box around it, which direction it is pointing, because that'll show you, whoops, which way the down thrust is. If I place it this way, it's going to push me down towards the ground. If I put it this way, it's going to create lift. So I want to place it there. I can still access the survival kit, but I can also, yeah, have the thruster. Oops. No. Stay out of it. Stay out of there. Okay. So that covers up, I hope. Let's go up top. Grab these small ones. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to have... What I plan on doing is grinding down all the thrusters, all the atmospheric thrusters on the outside. That should give me enough to make... Hello? Can I move? Can I? Thank you. I need 3 metal grids, 2 large steel tubes. And if I take these apart, I will get 1 metal grid and 1 steel tube each. So there's 4 of them. I'll have 4 grids, 4 steel tubes. Ooh. We'll see. But ultimately I want to have every direction covered, except for down. I'll use gravity for down for now. So I want to have forward. In this case, since I've got it here, I'm going to go reverse. Reverse. Left. Lost track of what I was trying to think of. Wow. Right. I'm too close. Forward thrust. Okay, so left, right, backwards, forwards, and up. That's my plan. Will I be able to build all of these? I doubt it. I need 1 metal grid, 1 steel tube, 1 large steel tube for each one of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one's going to require 3 metal grids and 2 large steel tubes. I don't think I have that. I'm almost positive I don't have that. But right now I have 4 metal grids, 1 large steel tube. And that's just from taking apart the hydrogen thruster. Let's take apart the rest of the atmospheric thrusters and see what we have. You don't want to grind too much because you may overgrind and start digging into things that you don't necessarily want to grind up.
Inventory full.
Okay, let's put all the stuff away, because if you grind it down and your inventory is full, it can be bad. I don't know if you'll lose anything. There's a chance you can. So, yeah. And the items I couldn't put inside there are the large steel tube, metal grids and the scrap metal because the survival kit can't handle them. They can't do anything with them, so they can't store them. Okay. Alright. Why, you ask, was I already had upward thrust by the 4 atmospheric thrusters? Well, that's great, but then how am I going to do any directionals? I've watched a couple videos and a few folks have done it this way, and I'm like, oh, that is so cool. Okay, can I reach this? I need upward thrust, that's the most important right now. So let's build that. Couple steel plates. I'm out of steel plates? No, okay. Okay, so that one is complete. What do I have left for? Got 5 and 3. Ooh, I'm short one still too. Okay. We got this. Which that means I can make 3 of these, and one of them will be slightly incomplete. Forward would be good. Left and right, definitely, because I'm horrible at flying. Stopping. Up, yeah. Okay, so I'll make forward. I'll finish it. No, make. Let's build the forward. Yeah, I need motors. Really, Joe? Really? Let's let's put this into a build planner. Right click. And add that to production. And I have the 2 motors it needs. I just pressed, is it middle mouse button? Yes, middle mouse button to retrieve the items from the storage based off of the build planner. Which, where is, hello, build planner. I have, oh, the gyroscope is still on the build planner. I don't need that there anymore. Okay, so let's go and finish building this motor. As long as it's highlighted by a bounding box, that's what you're going to be working on. The antenna is great for broadcasting positions, your messages, HUD marker. I didn't address that in the last video, but I'm not going to get too carried away with just blabbling, hopefully. So there we go. That motor is finished. And if it's completed and it's hooked up right, it should start to spin. Okay, so I have up, forward, let's see, definitely need left and right. Let me put the components for each in there. So I need construction components for this one. Do I have anything in my build planner? No, I do not. Let's right click on the right one, right click on the left one. Now if I go to the build planner, I have 2 of them. One of them only needs 6 motors, the other one needs 5 construction components and 6 motors. So now let's go back to the survival kit, shift middle mouse button. All components were successfully put into production, and it's going to make them with the materials that it has. I probably will run out of iron, most likely. Yeah, I ran out of iron, so I have to go mine. let's go back down and get some more stone. Get some extra stone built up. Okay, hopefully we don't have too terribly much of this to do. Okay, I pressed Alt and middle mouse button, and it moved all the stone and components that the the survival kit can hold. Since I cannot make small steel tubes or grids, I can't put them over there. They just won't go. Okay, do I have enough? Looks like I'm going to have enough. Maybe not. Doesn't look like I'm going to have enough nickel. Nope. Okay, so I need some more stone. Now I should have enough. Once it does the refining, I should have enough, I hope, to make the last 6 motors. I hope. No guarantees. Maybe? It's gonna be close. I hope. Yeah, I hope. And no. Okay, one more trip. I hope there's only one more trip. So we'll get some more stone. Hopefully this is the last. Hopefully this is the last trip. If not, I mind a little bit extra just so that way when I come down again, all I have to do is pick it up. Alright, so let's see. Maybe? Probably not. Oh yes, I do. All the components are no longer red, so I can make alright, I will be able to create the last 3 motors for that. Okay, so now if I press middle mouse button, it should remove the components that I have created. Also, components were successfully removed, and it cleared my build planner. Okay, so let us finish building those 2 thrusters. Okay, I will start working on this forward thruster, or reverse thruster. However, I know I'm not going to have the steel tube for it, so I know I'm not going to be able to finish it. But at least I have up, forward, a thruster that's going to push me to the right, a thruster that's going to push me to the left. And we have the gyroscope, so it will allow me to rotate, basically turn, control my pitch and yaw. So if I'm up in the air and I press Q, then I rotate left, E, rotate right, and then tilt forward, backwards, and then rotate. That's essentially what the gyroscope does. Am I gonna? Yep. Okay, so where is 285? Let's go check this one out. Maybe we get some good stuff. Maybe if I press the surprise button, I actually get something besides no screen. We'll see. Oh, cool. That is Way different than I have ever seen before. What? Oh, there's a button. Press F. Special content. Hey, I got an item. Zombie gloves. Visit the medical room to change your appearance. Uh-huh. I don't have a medical room yet. However, you can do this from the main screen, like the load screen and stuff. You can change your appearance there. But eventually I will build a medical room. Eventually. That's interesting. What are these? Access panels. Can I open? Hey, I can. Where? What do you got? Ooh, an enhanced welder. Yes, please. Which this one is longer reach and faster welding than the standard welder. Small steel tubes. Yes, please. Medkit. Oh, yep. I tend to get hurt a lot. Okay, so let's grind this down and see what kind of components. Light. Do I have... Wait. Thought here. Thought. Progression. Do I need to... offset light? Ooh. Here's another method for progression. I could have done this on the drop pod, but let's see if I can grind this down just below the functional line. Odds are slim, but I'm gonna try. Yes. Weld it back up. Never mind. Couldn't do it. Fine. I'm just gonna grind it all down. Okay, I tried not to leave anything out. I know if I don't claim it, it will despawn after, I think it was an hour. But the components are always good to have. You never know when you might need them. Alright, so let's put those away. Again, the items I cannot place in there won't transfer. Okay, so I have the new welder. Let's put that on. We'll go to our toolbar config, go to character tools, and let's drag the enhanced welder down to the first spot in the toolbar. Perfect. Now what do I do with the old one? You can just drop it on the ground and eventually it might despawn, but I will, once I get an basic assembler or an assembler, I have the option to disassemble stuff. So I will disassemble that. For the time being, I'm going to put it in the seat, because it has some storage. So I'll put in the med kit. I will put in the other other welder. Let's put the metal grids in there for now too. And the small steel tubes. Help reduce the amount of weight that we're currently carrying. The order in which these are in here really doesn't matter. I'm a nerd, so I move things around. So yeah, we'll play however you want to play. Okay, so we have up, forward, left, and right. Since I don't know what they are, I'm going... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Let's go sit in the seat. We'll go to the control panel. We know this one is the one for reverse. That's back. It says backwards. I'm going to rename these so that way they're not as far. We know it's an atmospheric thruster, so let's get rid of atmospheric. Flat thruster. Yeah, I know it's a D shape, so whatever. Okay, so that's a little easier for me to figure out. I mean, you don't have to. You can rename them however you want. You can leave them the names alone. And the large flat, I know is the upwards thruster, but at the same time, I know it's a large, and yes, flat thruster. There. So I've got up, left, right, and forward. So I will take and group. We no longer have the group for thrusters because I got rid of, or I ground down the thrusters. Well, with nothing there, or wait a minute, yeah, there's nothing there. There's no point in having a group with nothing in it, so I think the group just automatically deletes. That's my theory. Is it correct? I don't know. Okay, so I have the upward thruster, left, right, forward. I will add this to it as well. So we'll call these all thrusters type. And we'll save that. The ore detector, as I had mentioned, it has a range of 50 meters. And we want it to broadcast using antennas? Yes. So if I'm close to it, it'll show up, yeah. Broadcast through the antenna. Gyroscope, I'll leave at a power of 100. Turn it off the overrides. Perfect. Not sure if it's perfect, but it'll work for now. Battery, I still have 2 days of battery power. Landing gear, I only have 3 left. Okay, so they're still in the group, which is good. Good. However, I still don't have a cockpit, so I can't control it normally. So we'll go back into the control panel. No. Whoa. Yeah. Oh my god, Joe. Remote control, and scroll down to control. You probably can go remote access as well. You can hit control here, or if I hit remote access, it brings up what I can control. What is this? Processing plant? Regional headquarters? Oh, okay. Respawn planet pod. That is the only thing I'm pretty sure. Well, I know that's the only thing I control since I have a control thingy on it. Remote control pod. Okay. Apparently I can't speak. Form sentences. My mind knows what I'm thinking of, but getting it out, forget it. But yeah, I put the remote control on the respawn pod. So let's control it. Okay, once again, I'm moving my mouse left and right, nothing. Hold Alt, and now I can move around. My thrusters are all currently on. Right? Yep, they're all spinning. Good. So let's go into the group panel. Our toolbar config. So we have the old thrusters. Let's remove that. Batteries are still there. Landing gear is still there. Go to groups. All thrusters. Move it down. Toggle block on and off. Since we made sure that they were all on, it shows up here. There is an odd chance that, say, if you were to add another thruster, and say you turn, let's press number 8, turn all the thrusters off. You build another thruster, like say I finished the forward-facing thruster or the reverse, it defaults to on. add that to the group, it will alternate between off and on, probably different than what you currently have. So if they're all off and that's on, I press 8, the other ones would turn on and that one would turn off. So you want to make sure that they're all the same. In this case, I want to make sure they're all off when it says they're off. Okay. Is there anything around me, like another one of those little satellite drop pod thingies? Nope. Alright. Let's try flight again. We're gonna save. I don't plan on save scumming, but just in case bad things happen. Alright, so here we go. I should probably put a camera on here so I can see forward from inside there. But let's try this for now. We have the battery on. Let's turn the thrusters on. And unlock the landing gear. Oh my god, I can't even think of what I'm doing. Okay, so since I don't have a thruster in the forward facing position, the dampeners will try to stop you, but since I have nothing stopping my forward motion, the only thing I could do is spin around. Let's see, what direction am I facing? Well, I'm facing the direction. Oh, Joe. Never mind. Okay, so let's try to go to where? Get closer to the station. So let's go up. And you want to pay attention to your oh my gosh, level indicator. I can't think of the right word for it. I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. But you have your altimeter in the middle of the screen. It's showing I'm 442 meters above ground, or above the level. But you also have how you're tipped. And down on the bottom right of my toolbar, you have A gravity, which is artificial gravity, and P gravity, which is planetary gravity. To the right of that, it shows you your, is it heading, indicating a heading, or oh my gosh, I'm not even going to try and say it because I'm sure it's wrong, but it shows you if you're flying level, pointing down, pointing up, your attitude, altitude. Yeah, I know there's a perfect word for it, and I'll probably think of it eventually. Right now, yeah, no. But let's fly towards the station. Let's increase speed by pressing W for the forward thruster. And this is super noisy. Wow. I'm going to have to drop the game sounds down because I can barely hear myself think. Please zoom out. That didn't help. Since I don't have a forward thruster, or backwards thruster, it's not going to slow me down. Let's take a look around. And I think, from what I've seen on videos, those gray spots down there in that white or yellowish sand, grass, could be ores. I'm not 100% sure, but could be. Alright, so let's get up to 100 meters per second. This could be bad. Most likely will be, especially for me. Level off. We're at 95. Wow, this is super loud. Will I drop if I hit this? Let's find out. Let's try to go to options. audio. There we go. Let's drop some of the out sound. There we go. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so much better. I can hear myself think. I don't know. Yeah, I should have done that at the beginning. Yep. But we will continue towards the station. MEDC processing plant. Yeah. No, let's get to a base first, or a place to make a base. I'm going towards the station to see if I find anything that I like. Optimally, for me, I would love to build nearer on a body water, which this is a frozen lake in front of us. Where'd my... Oh, okay, I can't see my crosshairs anymore. Yeah, they'll probably come back. Okay, so I'm flying level? Oh, there we go. There's my... Yeah, alright. Never mind. And if you look down on the ice, you see those dark spots. That is a real good indicator of ores inside the ice or down below the ice. What they have, I do not know without getting close enough and looking them over, but that shows promise. You can get, on the Earth-like planet, you can get iron, nickel, cobalt, silicon, silver, and gold. Is there one more? However, you will not find platinum or uranium on the Earth-like planet. Those are found out in space, on asteroids or the moon. Alright, I am slowing down. Interesting. Oh, I suppose if I point up, I use gravity to slow me down. That works. The station is still 22 meters that way. I like the lake. Only reason I like the lake is it's easier for me to find the ores than try to figure out the different color schemes on the landscape to figure out where ores might be. Like directly below, I don't know if you can see them on the screen, but there's those little white splotches in the desert. I've been told that those are ore deposits too. What is that? Tactical Alert Military Barracks. Huh? Okay. Did they show up on the GPS? No. Okay. Okay. No, before I get carried away and do something silly, let's go towards the station. Hopefully there's some water. Hopefully nearby, or we'll figure it out. Alright, let's get going more forward. Get going a little faster. I'm gonna try to keep these videos relatively smaller in time frame, or shorter in time frame, smaller in time frame. Wow, you really cannot speak. But I will do my best to keep them not super long. No promises. I tend to get long-winded and do just a full-on blabber session that probably nobody wants to watch. However, I'm having fun. I'm literally just kind of playing and recording. Capturing my own silliness for my own prosperity? I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Sounds good. Okay, I'm 2,000 meters above ground, or above the terrain. So once I get closer to these plateaus, the elevation should drop, because straight down is 2,000 meters at this point. And I can use gravity to, if I point downward a little bit, to maintain my forward momentum. If I had a backwards thruster already completed, and I'm not holding W to go forward, it'll slow me down and try to stop me. As you can see, if I move left or right, you see the opposing thrusters firing, trying to minimize my movement in that direction. It's not truly apparent yet. It'll make sense, hopefully, sometime. I would really love if this station was near water. I really, really do. Is that water over there, or is that just... it kind of looks like water to me, or ice. If it is, that's a major bonus, because the station is literally right there. 4 kilometers? And if that's water, oh, I think I found my happy place, Joe's happy place. Yes, you're probably doing a face palm and clicking, yep, exit, or the red X. Leaving, goodbye. I don't blame you, I don't. But, okay, so let's, try to slow down. There we go. See, now that I've spun completely 180, the forward thruster is trying to arrest my momentum in that direction. Am I falling? Probably. Let's level off. There we go. All right, so let's try and rotate around. Ooh, I'm horrible at flying. Bear with me. Okay, so let's try and go down. Yeah, try not to hold C. Just gently pressing C. If I had downward thrusters, it would push me down. But since I'm using planetary gravity, the longer you hold C, the more speed you pick up, which means that's going to take that much more to slow you down. The upwards atmospheric thruster is large enough that it should work pretty decently. So I'm at 25 meters per second. See, once I release C, it engages and slows me down pretty good. So that's good. However, if I were fully loaded at the maximum carry capacity, this probably might not be enough to remotely slow me down, and that could impact the ground and be just, yeah, bad things happen. Okay, let's level off a little bit. Alright. Is this going to be any resource-rich ice? It's ice, so it'd help me stock the O2H2 generator, but I don't necessarily see any resources. Oh, that's unnerving. I was hoping there would be. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I don't know. I figured out there's ice, which I'm happy about. Let's see if I can slow us down. Alright, let's turn facing towards the beacon. Or not beacon, the station. And hopefully we're not moving. No, we are. There we go. And let's go down and land. Oh boy. Am I over water? Over the ice? Yes. Sort of. Alright, keep going down. I certainly hope this is ice. It looks like ice. I don't think I'm going to find much for resources here, but it's a source of ice, which for me is a plus. And we're close to the beacon. You can build right next to the beacon within reason, as long as you stay outside of the bubble that's around it, and I'll show you here in a second. But let's land. And my ore detector is picking up ice. Really? You're picking up ice on a frozen lake. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Let's come down. Hopefully gently. Hopefully. No, 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 no. Oh my god, Joe. Let's stop. See, I am not good at flying. I'll be the first to admit. Let's see, let's rotate. Come down. There we go. We're down. Turn off the thrusters. See if I can... There we go. All landing gears should be engaging, and it did. Perfect! Yay! We have flown! Oh my goodness. Let's take out... I believe the handrail has a 25 meter ore detector built into it. So let's take a gander around our frozen lake, get a little altitude. Let's see if there's anything here. Ice, 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 baby. I'm not gonna sing. I'll spare you that agony. Ice. Not seeing anything. Here. Not. No. There we go. I'm honestly not expecting a great deal since I didn't see it from any kind of altitude. Hopeful? Yes. I'm gonna end up smacking the ice if I'm not careful. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything but ice. Okay. You know, I am not completely disappointed. I am close to the beacon as I want it to be. Let's refill our get our hydrogen and our energy, and refill our O2 bottle or a hydrogen bottle. All right, let's go check out the station. However, first thing I want to do is I want to create a faction. Why? I don't know if it helps, but let's do it anyway. JGL, Joe's Gaming Legacy. Joe's Gaming Legacy. There we go. Okay, Joe's Gaming Legacy. So I am there. Merciless Drilling Consortium? Is that what these guys are? Our industrial equipment and trained personnel bring you the finest quality ores and gases for the best prices. Oh. So odds are they're just going to have ores and stuff. And I can't see. Oh boy. Yep. let's go check it out and hopefully not die. Save first. Just in case. Oh my word. Let's go up. Can I get above the fog? No. This could be interesting. Okay. Let's follow the terrain to the beacon. I know it's not that far, so we'll have the drill out just in case we find some ores along the way. I hope. Maybe, maybe not. I'm probably gonna run out of hydrogen long before I get there. Now with this fog, I can't really see, so I'm not too terribly confident in flying straight line. Good idea? Probably not. Bad idea? Most likely. If I smack something at high speed here, I'm gonna have to respawn and do it all over again. Not do it all over again, I'll respawn back at the ship. But, yeah. Okay. And from time to time you'll find rocks. Ooh, this actually has nickel. So I'm going to create a GPS position for this. How about I land so I don't burn through hydrogen? You can do it one of two ways. You can go into your inventory and go to GPS. New from current position. We will call this nickel. And I believe the periodic table is Ni. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna call it nickel because I'm odd like that. The nickel, you can change the color. What color do I want my ores? I want them to stand out from other things. And I'm gonna turn off. I mean, when I said on it, there, rewind, speak up, figure out what you want to say. That this signal was the Factorum. Majority of the Factorum items will show up in this orangish color. So since I'm not in anywhere shape to do these, I'm just going to take them off the HUD for now. Excuse me. Do I want that the same color-ish? No, but at least it's different than the station and the respawn pod. Respawn pod, I will change color so I could... Well, I guess I can't. Not right now. Interesting. So, yeah, there. Another way to do it would be to press enter. You bring up your chat menu, or chat bar, / GPS, and whatever you want to call it. In this case, I'll call it nickel test. And it says Joe's Gaming Legacy GPS nickel test. So if I go back to my GPS, there's nickel test and nickel. So there's two ways of creating a GPS point. And you can also, if you have the coordinates and you put them on your clipboard, you can go from new from clipboard, or you can do new if you have the coordinates. Sure. No, I have no idea. I don't have coordinates of anything, so let's get rid of that. Okay. And my blathering went long enough, and the fog is gone. Sweet. So let's fly over. What's that? Oh yeah. Oh my God, Joe! You made it yellow so you could differentiate it from the other GPS points on the map, and you got confused on it? Yep, sure. Okay, as I was saying, there's a protective bubble around the space stations where you cannot fire weapons, you can't... I don't think I can even drill here. Let's find out. Yep, drilling disabled in a safe zone. So this bubble is a safe zone. Whereas outside the safe zone, if I were to do what I'm about to do, like, okay, I'm up. How high off the ground am I? I don't. Not sure it says. Anyway, I'm 107 meters above the station. Turn off my jetpack. I didn't take any damage. Same thing if I fly full speed into the space station. I also don't take any damage. It's a complete safe zone, so you're not going to damage yourself, the space station, or even if you came over in a spacecraft. You're not going to damage it. I didn't realize that until I'd watched several videos like, why are you guys going into the space station at full speed? And they just bounce off of it. Okay, so let's put the drill away. F to open the doors, close the door, open door. Okay, so you have contracts, which there's different types of contracts. You have acquisition, bounty, escort, hauling, repair, and search. Bounty, I believe, is for mainly PvP, I think. I don't know. Acquisition is if I had 8 nickel ingots, I could get 4,206 space credits. Escort, there's nothing available, but that's essentially escorting a convoy of something, make sure they get there safely. I'm in no position to do that. Nope, not happening. Hauling, not happening. The distance is 9,258 kilometers in 1 hour. Unless I have a ship with a jump drive, not gonna happen. Repair, I don't have anything to make components other than my survival kit, not gonna happen. Search, this is where it sends you off and says that it's lost a piece of, say, a drop pod. In this case, a client of ours listed a reward for one who can retrieve a lost drop pod in time. A fast vehicle and a keen eye is recommended. Maximum GPS deviation is how far you have to be away from it in order to complete. I'm not sure on that one. You have 20 minutes. Or is it 750 meters from here? I'm gonna have to experiment with that one. I don't honestly remember. I have never done many of these because, yeah, I'm not good flying around on a jetpack to find these. The other ones, the acquisitions are the easiest ones for me to do personally, because once I get a base built and up and running, making 33 oxygen bottles wouldn't be too terribly hard, and I get 400,000 space credits. Yeah, hook me up. Okay, so that is the contracts. You have an ATM, which if you have, some of the satellites will actually give you space credits. You can come to the ATM and deposit them. I don't have any space credits in my inventory, so I can't deposit it, but I have an account balance of 10,000. When you start the game, you do have 10,000. What is this? Probably some kind of a timer block. The window flat. Oh. Okay. Now, where is their store? No kitchen. Place to sit down, and you can regain your energy if you were to sit down on the couch. Okay, since that didn't work. Pressed B, fine. I'm sitting on the couch. My energy's back up, so let's get off the couch. What's in here? Oh, I'm inside the kitchen. Wow. Okay. I have a bathroom with a toilet This always comes in handy. Ah, here's what I was looking for. A little bedroom. Now, these should be able to be accessible. Okay, a hand drill. I have that type of hand drill, so I don't really need it. So I'm not going to take it. And this whole armory locker is 1 unit. So how about these? Access denied. The bed you can lay down in, but it also has an inventory. Space credits? Yes, please. Check out the other room. Flare gun clip. I don't know why I can't say that. No space credits. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just, yep. Why the 2 staircases? Oh, that takes me back outside. Okay. Here's a vending machine, which is Clang Cola. I'm not sure what grinding is disabled. I know, thank you. No. There we go. Access denied. I just want to go up and down. Why can't I search? Okay, I don't understand. I've never been able to figure those out, so I'm not going to try. And here's the store. What do they have? Plain Cola, Cobalt Ore, Cosmic Coffee, data pads. These are good to buy. You can locate more space stations. Gold ingot, iron, gold ore. And they have a proficient hand drill. Ooh, 6,000. You can make one of these eventually too, yes. But in this case, I'm gonna buy it. Yep, gonna buy it. 6,411. I have 10,000. Thank you. So now I have a proficient hand drill, which will be a little bit faster for drilling through the stone, and yeah. Now if I can get back and go to the ATM with the credits that I acquired from a bed, so 6,480, so I will deposit 6,480. Deposit. And there we go. I'm back up to 10,000. Perfect. Let's equip the drill before I forget, which I know I will. Okay. Put that away. Does it have a better range? I wonder. Proficient hand drill. Just a tool to break down rocks, collect materials, hold the mouse button, or left mouse button, right mouse button. Thought it said somewhere what the difference between the two were. But it's faster. I was hoping it'd have a longer range. Maybe not. Okay, so what is all this? It's a hydrogen engine. Sweet. What is this? Programmable block. Okay. I'm being nosy. Alright, okay. Enough of the blathering. Okay, where's my base? Or pod. Let's go back there. And I will have accomplished everything I wanted to do today. I managed to get my respawn pod back on its landing gear. Surprising. I'm absolutely surprised on that one, to tell you the truth. And we moved closer to the station. I should have bought some data pads, because I was really hoping this station was going to sell spaceships. Maybe you have to find another one, but that's for a future episode. Okay, so let's put the grinder away. And if I can get there without smacking something, I'll be impressed. And we are on our frozen lake. So, yeah. I really would have liked to have seen the dark spots on this lake as the other frozen lake that we flew over that had multiple spots of dark to have spots of ore. But that's okay. We can deal with it. We'll figure it out and we'll go from there. So, being that I will probably go back there and buy some of the data pads, and hopefully I'll find another station close by and I'll fly towards that. Or I will just live with where I'm at. Probably not. I'm a little disappointed that this doesn't have the ores that I was hoping, but it has ice, which is a good thing. It helps me keep the hydrogen for my hydrogen bottles supplied. But yeah, anyway, that will do it for this episode. I don't want to get super long, because yeah, that could be bad and no one would find. Oh, I'm already at a significant length of time. Total recording time is 1 hour and 24 minutes. I probably speed up some of the drilling, speed up some of the dead time. But if you've made it this far, I thank you so super much. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you happen to like the video, please smash the like button. Let me know in the comments what you think. What I'm doing wrong, which there's probably a lot. Any helpful tips, great. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate that, and I hope to see you in some more videos. Bye, guys.